Now to the MTA, pleading for more money. It already expects to make $500 million from congestion pricing if it stays in effect the rest of the year by blocking President Trump. But the agency is still asking for more money from the city and the state and the federal government. CEO Janno Lieber in Albany today making his case. Eyewitness News reporter NJ Burkett live in Lower Manhattan with what happened up there. NJ?
And right, Bill, it is all about the MTA's capital plan. So $65 billion is a lot of money, even when you're raking in millions in congestion pricing tolls. So apparently the MTA needs even more money from just about everybody. Riders are caught in the middle tonight in the battle for funding to keep the transit system running. Governor Kathy Hochul fired off a letter this week urging the Trump administration and congressional leaders for billions more, claiming the MTA carries roughly half the nation's mass transit riders, yet receives 17% of federal transit dollars. New York must receive its fair share of that funding, she wrote, to keep up with the needs of New Yorkers who rely on it. It all comes as the MTA is struggling to find $65 billion for its upcoming 5-year capital plan, rebuilding subway lines, protecting commuter lines from heavy rains, adding electric buses to the city streets, and replacing 1,500 of their oldest subway cars. MTA Chairman Janno Lieber was in Albany today to lobby state lawmakers.
Riders could be impacted because power systems are blowing up, or because concrete and steel that's been subjected to water, salt, and chemicals for 100 years has not been touched, or because signal systems from the Franklin Roosevelt era have not been upgraded.
Congestion pricing, which is raising $1.7 million a day, will fund only part of it. But Trump Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy called the governor's demands outrageous, posting in social media, quote, "Before we make any changes to funding decisions, we'd like to see their plan to make the subway reliable, secure, and clean. The federal government is not a blank check." Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis was not sympathetic either.
If the mismanagement continues, if it allows to be run like a bloated, mismanaged bureaucracy, it's going to keep going down a black hole.
Tonight, Lieber insists that's wrong.
Here's the truth. The MTA is running way more service than it did before COVID. 40% more service on the Long Island Railroad. 14 more subway lines have more service. And yet our budget is actually 3% less than it was before COVID.
Now, in the last capital plan, the MTA got $13 billion from the Biden administration. Governor Hochul is already asking for $14 billion from the Trump administration. Her letter indicates she wants even more than that. But under the present circumstances, that could be wishful thinking. Live tonight, Lower Manhattan, NJ Burkett, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.